Thank you. I recognize the gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Cline.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the witnesses for being here. Mr. Dunn, our prayers are with you and your family for the loss of your son. This hearing is designed to bring to Washington the concerns of the people at the border about this border crisis and seek out its origins, which are clearly down at the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue in the White House. From day one, this administration has blatantly ignored U.S. immigration laws and policies designed to keep America safe. And after several visits to the border myself, it's clear we need border enforcement now. The open border and amnesty policies have made this crisis worse every single day. It encourages more vulnerable populations to make what is a very dangerous journey. Americans should be outraged by the Biden administration's failed leadership. On January 30th, KFOX 14 in El Paso reported on Border Patrol reports in the article entitled Unprecedented Number of Migrants Reported in El Paso in the First Quarter of 2023. More than 64% of the migrants encountered during this time frame were single adults, some attempting to evade arrest and not seeking asylum. Unaccompanied children encounters increased by 59% in the last fiscal year of 2022, the same time frame, as opposed to 8,000 unaccompanied children encounters. El Paso sector recorded only 5,000, so that's up. The sector led the nation in the first quarter of the fiscal year with total migrant encounters across all 20 U.S. Border Patrol sectors. Agents apprehended 37 individuals with criminal records, rescued 61 migrants, including tender-age children, some abandoned in the remote desert, and intercepted 22 narcotics loads. A defense attorney in El Paso, a juvenile defense attorney, stated youth are getting more involved with crime, huge increases in weapons, and he thinks it's just because they're getting money to pay for these weapons, and how they're earning that money is from drugs. I see a lot of kids are helping the human smuggling, and that's a big problem. Although, Judge, you stated in your testimony there's no invasion of migrants in our community, nor are there hordes of undocumented immigrants. Crimes against citizens are causing havoc in our community. When you see an increase in children helping human smuggling, how is that not the case? How is it not the case that these policies are contributing to the delinquency of minors in your area?
And once again, I don't see the correlation of things that are going wrong with our country and sort of saying that it's influenced by our immigration or people coming through. Like I said, we don't see that. We try our best to deal with the circumstances at hand, and then we try our best to move people along. And I've said over and over, you know, you guys have the luxury of being Democrats and Republicans. We have to be public servants, and that's all we can do. When they come across, we do not manage who comes across. We manage how to process them in the most possible, you know, the best possible way. And I've said over and over, El Paso really thinks as a nation. You know, I think people think that we just focus on our situation there at the community, but we don't. We're really concerned about having New York having to deal with that, having Chicago deal with that. We've talked to each one of the mayors, and we're working. I think if we were to put in more of a national system of allowing communities to say who needs the migrants, and then helping us to process them there, and I use the Houston model, is just exceptional. Every single day, 52 come in, they go back to Houston, they go to the bigger hubs, and we move them through. And so that's where we need your help. We need your help, not to whether or not what we're doing is right or inaccurate, but the fact that it's a community that really shoulders a tremendous amount of a broken system.
Well, and you say that the transportation of these individuals to other cities is necessary to prevent your community from descent into chaos, correct?
No, that's not true.
So you're fine keeping them all in your jurisdiction instead of sending them to other locations?
We would welcome them, but it's a shame that they're concerned about being close to the border because of how they're going to be treated and how they're going to be deported, even if they shouldn't be deported. So you've got migrants wanting to move into the interiors simply because they don't feel safe. even if they're here processed and legal. Once they're processed, they're legal in our community. And so, once again, I think we're helping the nation do the right thing.
Gentleman's time is expired.